Hey everyone, welcome back to M&M PTE NAATI. This is Manmohit. Now guys, in today's videos, let's have a look at the mistakes to avoid in your speaking module this time. So I would be going with all the topics in the speaking module and we'll go through things that you should not be doing for those topics in order to make sure whatever desired scores you're aiming for, whether it's 50, 65 or 79, you can easily achieve that after that. So do stick around up until the end of the video because I'll be sharing some important tips and advice on all the topics, what to avoid, what not to do. Before I proceed, if you need any sort of help and support with your PTE exam, whether it's PTE Academic, PTE Core, NAATI Hindi, NAATI Punjabi or NAATI Gujarati, if you need coaching for that, you can get in touch with us on either Instagram or Facebook. Just search for M&M PTE NAATI, or there would be the links in the description for that. You can search for that, you can click on the links, you can message us and we can have a discussion around the same. And same goes for prediction file for NAATI Hindi, Punjabi or Gujarati. Let's have a look at the PTE topics and what things you should not be doing for all these topics. Starting with the very first one, which is your read aloud topic, the very first topic of your exam. Now, few things to consider in the read aloud topic. First, do not speak quickly, very quickly. I have seen so many students when they speak out the answer in the read aloud topic, they speak like a bullet train. They have been trained and by someone outside and they have been told by someone that when you have to speak your answer, you have to speak very quickly. You do not even have to take any pauses, just speak the entire paragraph in one breath in order to get your fluency scores. Now guys, that may be accurate for your fluency part, but understand one thing. Read aloud not only give you marks in the speaking module, it also give you marks towards your reading module. So we have to make sure we are not just getting marks in speaking, but also in the reading module at the same time. And reading scores will only happen if your content is accurate enough, plus your pronunciation scores are on point. If you are speaking very quickly, maybe you will get marks in your fluency, but then if the words are not being spoken out clearly, the computer cannot understand the words. That means you will not get much marks in the content part, and then you may end up getting even a perfect 90 in the speaking module, but you may lose a lot of marks, a lot of points from your content, which means you will lose a lot of marks in your reading module. So we have to find a balance. I'm not saying speak very slowly, but there has to be a balance between the fluency and the pronunciation. The word should be fluent, plus at the same time, whatever you're speaking, that should sound very clear. Clarity is very important. Now, another thing is, do not speak very loudly in the exam. Guys, understand one thing. Yes, there would be another, let's say 10 to 15 students who would be sitting next to you to give their PT exam, and they're doing speaking at the same time. So you would be inclined to speak loudly because in the exam you're wearing those headphones. So you would want to speak loudly just so you can hear yourself. But again, understand one thing, because you're wearing those headphones in the exam and the microphone is right over here, if you start speaking loudly, there is a chance that whatever you're speaking, the frequency of your volume goes very high, and in return, computer can't even understand what you have just said. So we have to make sure that when we speak our answer, the best way to understand your volume is the computer which is right in front of you. Think of that computer as your friend. Now, when someone is sitting right in front of you and when you speak to them, do you start yelling and screaming at the top of your lungs? Not really. You speak at a very natural volume. So do not increase your speed deliberately just so that you can hear yourself. That is not important. It's what a computer understands when you speak. So keep your volume to a limit. Third, do not change your accent when you speak your answer in read aloud, or as a matter of fact in any other in any other speaking topic. Computer can understand each and every single accent that you present in front of it. So if there is a person who's from Japan and then they start speaking in an Australian accent, or if there's a person who is from India and then they start speaking in a British accent, we do not have to deliberately do it to get our marks in the speaking module. Just stick with whatever accent you have. Just focus on your fluency, the pronunciation of every single word, and that is all what computer needs. It's all about machine learning. Computer is not taking your voice and trying to understand the words. They're taking your answer and comparing it with the actual human recorded answers. So it's all about the clarity, it's all about the fluency, it's all about the accuracy in your content and not the accent itself. So these were the few things you'll read aloud topic. For repeat sentence, Again, I've seen students in repeat sentence, they go for 100% accuracy and in return they mess up with the fluency and pronunciation. Guys, do not go for 100% accuracy, especially in the long sentences. If a sentence is 14, 15, 16 words, you do not have to go for a 100% sentence in order to even get a perfect 90. Your focus has to be fluency and pronunciation again. All the words that you're speaking out should be pronounced correctly. Plus, at the same time, your fluency has to be maintained as well. Wherever they took pauses, you take pauses. But otherwise, avoid using those fillers. Sorry, all these kind of fillers. The moment you start saying that, you start losing marks in the fluency part. If a sentence is a shorter one, 8 to 10 words, yes, you should be going for 100% accuracy, especially if you're aiming for 79 or a perfect 90. But if it's a longer sentence, 14, 15, 16 words, try to speak at least 70 to 80% of the content, but making sure your fluency and your pronunciation is being maintained. Do not go for 100% accuracy. It's not a task of showing to the computer that you can speak all the words correctly. It's all about your fluency and pronunciation with a decent amount of content in there. Next, describe image. Now, couple of things in describe image. If you have memorized a template, make sure the templates that you guys are using, it should not have repeated words. I've seen students with few templates like I can see, I can see, I can see, I can see, I can see this, I can see that, I can see this, I can see that. The more repetition of the words you do, there is a chance obviously you can fumble. Plus at the same time, there is a chance that Pearson's algorithm can catch those kind of templates and be like, look, I don't think student is speaking the content right. They're just repeating a couple of words again and again. So they may catch up on that and start reducing marks. So we have to make sure, first of all, that the templates that we are using, are they working or not? If you need our templates, the links would be in the description. You can download those off, especially for the describe image and retell lecture. Memorize those. They 100% work for a perfect 90, so you don't even have to look somewhere else. But if you have already got the templates which you have memorized, just make sure the words are not repeated in there and you should be fine. Another thing, describe image. You guys have to make sure the speed at what you spoke in read aloud, repeat sentence, and retell lecture is exactly the same speed you guys should be speaking in describe image as well. I've seen countless students, what they do is they'll speak slowly in read aloud or at a natural speed in read aloud. But the moment it comes to describe image, because they've memorized a template, they'll start speaking out so quickly because they've already memorized something. Guys, Pearson will catch up upon that. What they want to see is your fluency is not calculated just from one topic in the PT in the speaking module. Your fluency is calculated from all the four topics in your speaking module in the PT exam. So we have to make sure when we speak our answer in describe image, even though we have memorized a template, the speed has to be consistent throughout your entire speaking and not just different speed in describe image and different speeds in other topic. Keep this particular thing in mind. Next is retell lecture. Now, retell lecture, if you are someone who is aiming for 50 out of 90, which is IELTS 6, you can go for keywords out of the audio. Just pick single important words from the audio and then you can speak it using the template and you should be fine. But if you are someone who is aiming for either 65 or 79 or a perfect 90, keywords are a big no. We always recommend taking phrases. Phrase as in couple of words which are coming together. So always have phrases which have got at least 3 words coming together from the audio. So if the sentence was today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide, out of that a phrase could be anything. You can say today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide. Any 3 words which are coming together would be part of your phrase and you can go with any of them. But make sure all those 3 words are coming together and not just picked around and just 3 keywords combined together. Has to be 3 words coming together in the audio itself. And take those kind of notes, at least 10 phrases from the audio if you're aiming for 79 plus or above or 90. If you're aiming for 65, you can take 7 or 8 phrases. That should be fine. But even if you're aiming for 65, we always recommend you guys to aim for 79 just so that you can get 65 plus easily. So in that case, keywords are a big no. Phrases have to be taken as the bare minimum. Do not go for sentences, but phrases are the bare minimum. Another thing to avoid in retell lecture is to not repeat your content. If you took less phrases in retell lecture, let's say you only took 4 or 5 phrases, in that case, I've seen students, what they do is they start repeating their phrases again and again. Guys, that is absolutely wrong. Again, PSN will catch up upon that. We do not want to fall into that territory where we put our exam onto a big risk. Like, we are paying big money for the PT exam, right? So we don't want to fall into that category. So make sure whatever content you have, speak that, click on the next button and move on. Yes, speak for at least 20 to 30 seconds, but make sure you're not repeating the content. Last but not the least is answer short questions. It's not an important topic, so this is one topic which I never recommend my students to practice, considering it only is worth 1 mark out of 90 in listening and in speaking both. So it's not really an important one, but always make sure when you are going to speak or answer in answer short questions, do not speak a long sentence worth of answer. Just speak one or couple of word worth of answer and you should be fine. You do not have to speak a complete sentence, because then you put yourself at risk for making fumbles or impacting your fluency or pronunciation. If you know the answer, great, speak out that answer. If you do not know the answer, speak just 1 or 2 words from the question itself and move on. Do not start guessing or assuming the answers, because the question is going to be in English. Just pick 1 or 2 words from the question itself, speak that, and you will be fine. Even if you get your answers wrong, you will still be getting your 1 mark out of 90 in listening and in speaking both. So this is what I wanted to share for your speaking module this time. All the topics in speaking, these are the things you should be avoiding. These are the mistakes you should be avoiding to make. If you have any sort of questions, again, feel free to put in the comments down below and I'll be able to answer all of you as quickly as possible. If you need any coaching for your PT exam, feel free to again get in touch with us on either Instagram or Facebook. Links are in the description, or you can search for M&MM PTE NAATI and we can have a discussion of how we can assist you. Guys, all the best if you have got your exams coming soon. I wish you all the luck. Stay safe wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next video.